14, Hospitality in the Forest. Odysseus walks up and sees Eumaeus sitting at a pig pen. Oh my, what a beautiful pig pen! Dogs! Oh no!
Dogs, shut up, be quiet.
Thank you, you saved my life.
You could have been killed. Then I would have had to clean up, which would give me more troubles in addition to my king being gone.
He was the best.
I still miss him and keep his pigs to feed the people of Ithaca. Come into my cabin, eat and drink something.
Thank you, Mr. Eumaeus. I'm so grateful.
You're welcome, sir.
Eumaeus makes him a couch out of a pile of goat fur.
But
Thank you, Eumaeus.
no need to thank me. Zeus sends beggars, so I kind of have to be kind to them. If my master were still here, he was a great one. He would have given me a new, nicer house, but he went away to fight for Helen away at Troy.
Eumaeus cooks 2 pigs for Odysseus.
Here, eat. Can I complain to you about the suitors? Sure I can. These suitors are all trouble. They don't think about their impression on Zeus. They aren't satisfied with 1 or 2 pigs, and they drink us dry with all the wine they take. But my king Odysseus was the best and the wealthiest. Only his land could stand this much depletion and still stand.
Who is this great king you talk about? I might have heard about him.
Well, even if you had heard about him, no one would care. My mistress listens to tale after tale. What will your story be? I miss my master almost more than my parents. He was so great. It pains me to think about the great man, King Odysseus.
I do have news of his whereabouts. He will return, and he will avenge any people who dishonor his son and wife. Nothing now is necessary for the news, but later I might expect a gift.
I probably won't end up giving you a gift, but here, have more wine. It makes me sad to think about him. He was so great. Oh, and thinking of his family, Penelope, old Laertes, Prince Telemachus. Telemachus, poor boy. I worry about him as well. He did seem just as confident as Odysseus. He was so great.
I know he was so great.
He was awesome. I know. But then Telemachus sailed away to Pylos. He left the suitors. Poor boy. So tell me about yourself. What type of ship? Who's your family? You got sailors?
Once upon a time, I lived in Crete with a wealthy father, my evil half-brothers, and my mother. My mother was a slave, but Castor Hylokides, my father, treated me like his other sons. When he died, his sons divided up the land and gave me nearly nothing. But it was okay, because I had a knack for war and battle, so Athena and Ares helped me. We sailed to Troy one day to fight the Trojan War, and me and my men took lots of bounty and were very rich. Sailing home was not fun, but I managed to get back to Crete. I was home for no longer than a month when I changed to go to Egypt. We left Crete and sailed to Egypt. I left the crew to look around, telling them to wait on the boat. They could not wait and they got carried away, killing men and taking women. The citizens heard the next morning, and they attacked. I begged the king to save me, and he agreed and took me back to his palace.
Isthmus, like what happened to Odysseus on the first island he visited?
I stayed in Egypt for 7 easy years. Then a man came and took me away to his land, where I stayed for another year. Then the man took me away in a ship to trade me. Then the wind turned and blew us away. A storm came and everyone was blown off board and drowned. Back in the real world.
Man, that was a hard life. Hearing about Odysseus, that great man. I don't think I can believe that. I bet that when he was sailing home, the gods turned against him at sea. When I go down to the mountain, only when Penelope calls me, I notice 2 types of people. The ones who truly miss Odysseus, and the ones who eat his food and then leave. I hope you are not one of those, and I'm only hosting you because it is right, not because you brought news of Odysseus, the great man.
Well, you seem suspicious of me. Let's make a pact, and if Odysseus comes back, then give me a cloak. If he doesn't return, you may throw me off a cliff.
If I agree to that, I will be a bad host, because I know he is not coming home, even though he is so great. Let's make a feast in honor of Odysseus. I roasted one of our finest pigs.
They make offerings to the gods.
Please come home, Odysseus, oh great master.
Odysseus gets the biggest piece of meat. Thank you for being so nice.
Let's eat dinner.
No.
That was good. Do you need any other things?
Well, let me tell you a story. out and talked to Agamemnon about the war. The boy got up and I got his cloak, and I didn't freeze. He's so smart. He tricked that person out of a cloak and to help me.
Here, have this blanket, but cloaks are scarce. When Telemachus gets back, he can give you one.
Odysseus goes to sleep soundly. Eumaeus cannot and runs out of the house to sleep with his pigs. The end. And everyone was blown off board and drowned. I caught a piece of driftwood and hung on for 9 days. When I landed on Thesprotia, a son of the king found me and brought me to his home. In this palace I heard news of Odysseus. I saw that treasure he left and found out he seeks an oracle to tell him how to get home. He got me a ship home, but the crew turned against me.